Hello, it's been a while since I've done a video like this, and I didn't know whether I would do any more videos on this channel, but something came up that I think it's worthy of commenting on because I think a lot of people go through with it, both men and women. I've talked in previous videos about high school reunions and so forth, and I felt ostracized. I'll just cut to the chase. I felt ostracized in school. I didn't think that women would be attracted to me. I just felt like an outsider, like people were teasing me and mocking me earlier on, like in middle school and elementary school, and then high school. I just felt like just that I didn't fit in. I had lots of friends. I didn't have like an ego problem. I didn't have like a self respect or self esteem problem. I'm very ambitious and I enjoyed reading. In fact, I got some to tell you a little bit about what I've been doing. UFOs have been an interest of mine for a long time, and I had recently moved and unfortunately, sadly, left behind a number of books that were in my UFO collection. So I've been buying, now that I have a great job, I'm working from home um, remotely, and it's not through Nigeria or anywhere. Not to cast aspersions on Nigeria, but you know what I mean. No, it's a legitimate work from home company, and I enjoy it because I can sit here and look out my window, and oddly enough, this is, what is it? It's April, almost the first or second week of April, and it's snowing outside. It's bizarre, but I'm in here. I've been working since beginning of December. Um, I've been working through all these months, and I'm comfortable. I can just get out of bed and get dressed and so forth. But anyway, I have enough money. I can be able to buy these and replenish my book collection, and I won't make that mistake again, I promise. Um, I also got my ears pierced for a particular reason. Now, that ties in with that, and my girlfriend, my new girlfriend, tie in with what I'm going to say. Um, Let me go back to what I was talking about. So I felt an outsider. I felt that nobody really connected with me or could speak on my level, could speak on the same terms as I was in high school. And there was something towards the end of high school that it's why it was. So I tried something, and that's why it felt so important to me to try. And I'm still overcoming and I'm still thinking through, and that's actually what led me to this video. So I would never think of doing this before, and it was only a few years back after my mom died that I got into cosplaying. I'll put it that way, and I this is the way I normally am, but I just started up what I like cosplaying. You could maybe read between the lines, and I have created a separate channel for that. It's Samantha Bahar, Bahar, and for that channel, I do the cosplay and I do more creative projects and talk about my creative stuff and my journey that way. But I save this channel for introspection and commenting and understanding oneself and the universe and so forth, and philosophy and common experiences that you may have shared, like the same similar circumstances, similar situations. So I think anybody could relate to feeling like you're not attractive. Like in high school, nobody came up to me. Well, that's not really true. In middle school, there were a few women that did approach me, but I didn't know whether they were. This is still recording. Good. Um, didn't I didn't think they were being serious. I didn't want to be um, played with or become the butt of somebody's joke. So anyway, that's how I felt. Anyway, going forward, I developed this hobby, and I didn't think of doing this because I thought it would be, something girls would do and a guy wouldn't do that, or either a guy or either a girl, not a guy, or a guy who was like punk rock or something, or rebellious or something. But when I started cosplaying, I figured I needed these because I was sick of doing, I wasn't sick, but I wanted to look more authentic. So I finally got these done. So anyway, so that sort of ties in with the idea of looks and appearance and how people perceive you. And to some extent, I was, to be honest, concerned in school with how people perceived me because I've been made fun of and teased so many times. It's not that it affected me personally in terms of my self-esteem. I certainly had high self-esteem. I'm ambitious and so forth, but I didn't have a girlfriend, and during school I didn't have a girlfriend because I didn't think women were attracted to me. And then in college, at the end of high school, I did something to break the ice, to open up, and it didn't seem to go the way I wanted it to. But that did lead me to, in college, and I lived at home, so I commuted to college, trying to find a Jewish girlfriend because I figured if I would date, and I'm not going to make this a dating video, but I wanted to find someone Jewish because I'm Jewish, and there are cultural differences there. There are distinct cultural differences, and I didn't want to waste the time of somebody that wouldn't seriously consider converting to Judaism because I was not going to leave Judaism. It's part of my heritage and a major aspect. I'm very proud and so forth. So proud of being Jewish. So sometime more recently, probably like 2019, a female classmate messaged me. Maybe it was my birthday or something or other, reunion related, something like that. I think it was on Facebook. And she messaged that she she wished that she had talked to me when we were in school. Like, I sort of remember like lunch or something, like sat next to me or come over to me or something like that. That surprised me. And by that point, I had already picked up comments from some people saying, "Oh, they thought I was smart," and I barely said anything in school, really. I guess I have this aura. I remember even in college, in one of the courses in the classroom, somebody sat next to me when we were doing a test, and she said, I mean, anytime a girl comes and sits next to you, wow. She said, because I was smart, and I guess she wanted to just absorb that's intelligence energy from me. But that was a surprise to me. So it comes now to these past. Oh, I hope I get this right. Please forgive me if I don't. Whoever, you know who you are. November or December, sometime in there. I'm gonna look it up. I promise. I just reached out. I had one girlfriend for a while. It was long distance in Los Angeles, which is where I'd love to move to. My life could have been very different, and I'm not gonna go on about girlfriend relationships and so forth. Just to say that it didn't work well. So I immediately reached out, rather than be sad or something. I reached out again and she was Jewish. I reached out again to like Jewish singles group, and I found on Facebook, and I found another Jewish woman who's actually in Los Angeles, but that's not necessarily why I contacted her. So it's been great. We've been video chatting back and forth, and every video chat we have, she says how gorgeous I am and how good looking I am, and even the cosplay, she says she appreciates that too. She has no problem with that too. So she's been saying like how handsome I am, and that got me thinking, wondering, am I really handsome? Let me touch a little bit about on the cosplay. If you've read between, the earrings, put it together, the earrings and the Samantha Bahar alternate ego name on the other channel. When I would go into cosplay, um, I felt like I could look attractive or I could work up, posing and modeling or something in front. I'm taking pictures and they're amazing pictures. I mean, people have been amazed by those pictures. And I can improve, and I always look for ways of improving my look and presentation. So I never thought of modeling. Since a very young age, even before I knew Hollywood as a geographic area, um, and you can look through my previous videos, I talk more about this. I just associated myself with TV and film, and Jim Henson and George Lucas and Steven Spielberg, and I wanted to be in that alternate universe. Um, and then I grew older and then thought more professionally in middle school and then especially in high school. I thought more professionally about moving to Los Angeles and writing, becoming a screenwriter and a director. Basically, going from like Rod Serling, a television creator like Rod Serling. Hope you know who I'm talking about. Rod Serling or Gene Roddenberry, or I don't know what famous. There are some famous writers who have created television shows. Doing that, and hopefully moving on to doing essentially what Steven Spielberg does. I wanted to do that, like that was my path, and as old as I am now, I don't know if I'll ever get there. But I'm leaving stuff out I'm avoiding talking about my girlfriend right now. But so I thought about modeling, and she was saying she's been saying how gorgeous I look and how good looking and so forth. And so today I messaged some girls from high school and asked, do I really look handsome? And one of them said she doesn't remember. She's being honest. And another one said, yes, you do. And I think two people said you do. I think out of three people, 2/3, two of the three people said I did. And one person said she couldn't remember, which is being honest. So I guess I do look handsome. My mom would always say that. My mom, after college, my mom would say, you're very good looking or attractive to the opposite sex. And I would hear that and I would always think, well, yeah, but I don't have a girlfriend and no woman has really come over to me and expressed an interest. So this is the dividend. I mean, not the dividend. This is what they say the takeaway is. So maybe you have felt the same way. I know some girls have, a couple girls I can think of already have said that, excuse me, have said that they felt the same way, that nobody went over to them. And so maybe that's more of a universal experience. So I'll leave it at that. And I also wanted to create this video to let you know that I'm still here, and I may upload more videos. I certainly will upload a video on my other channel, the Samantha Bahar channel, soon. So I'll say good night. So long. Till next time.